Hello. This is me setting up. What I wanted to do was put on the gauss. So that's without streaming. It's doing that noise again that it did last time. I don't know why. I don't get it.
That's usually. I had some. I bought some new trousers from. Cool.
Yeah.
What's that?
Again.
Is that your house?
Yeah, you just turned it on. You want to just turned it on?
No, it's touched it. Cool.
That's weird.
Love it.
So, everybody, we started this 3 weeks ago. It was a little bit painful for me seeing it move because I was the only one who was going to be the pusher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it moved far more than I liked. You know, I was quite breathy before I started. I was like, actually, am I doing, am I doing the right thing here? But I thought it was okay. But we have to do a clean slate. We don't know what comes in because you're here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're at Chrissy's house, if anyone wasn't aware. And it's sort of like an experiment, isn't it? To see if we can get stuff in a house that isn't known to be haunted, I suppose is the top and tail of it.
Yeah, people worry about, I mess about with the Ouija board at home and it's opened a doorway. Well, we're trying to find out whether that's true. I mean, I think we're pretty secure in what we do. Yeah.
But you're a bit brave because this is your house and you know, when we're gone, it's just you.
Yeah, that's the bit when you're on your own and that, for about 3 minutes.
Is he on his own?
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Are you not on your own?
Yeah. Well, we got 4 spirits last time.
Mm-hmm.
There was a V, possibly. Yeah, it was a Vera, but not the Vera I thought it was. And there's a Q. Now, Q's come up in the past, and I know the long version of that Q.
Okay.
But I don't know the relevance. I just that's because it's such a rare letter to come up, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have something in the back of my head.
Once you shut down and everything, when you're on your top, did you literally just forget about it then? Or like when you went to bed, did you still feel like you wanted to call out?
It's always in the back of your mind. And
whatever.
I was very much doing the like, I'm going to watch some cartoons now. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
7-year-old. Yeah, I went straight into sort of YouTube mode. I've watched some YouTube videos, but it's all...
Sorry,
Did it flash?
Okay, too, yeah.
So yeah, basically, I settled myself down within minutes.
Yeah.
3 minutes maybe. And I actually felt a sense of calm afterwards through the night if I was awake.
Did you have a good sleep?
Yeah. I mean, obviously I get the old man wee in the middle of the night because I've had that before where, potentially Sam was on a spirit was on the landing.
Yeah.
But no, none of that. I thought they were nice enough. It was a little girl. But completely irrelevant tonight. So I thought, that's what we need to hear to find out.
Yeah.
This is gonna do what it did last time. I tested it earlier. Right, any energies? Okay. So yeah, somebody moved it. I'm sorry, we're now paying attention. I have other things to think about, but I'll focus on you now. Spirit, thank you for being so patient with us. We're just getting a feel for this moment.
Oh, draft.
Really?
I felt some...
Straight
on
across
my
there.
hand. Yeah.
As it started moving then.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite humid in here, isn't it? Quite warm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Spirit. That's great.
I instantly feel like I know this person.
Okay.
So I don't know if we've spoken to you before.
Yes.
Has everyone round the table, have you met everyone before?
Okay, two.
Draft again.
Yeah. Yes. Great.
Getting back to the middle. So the other play. Oh, draft again.
Everything at that time. That makes
So it's coming from this side.
Oh, I got one. Oh, was that?
There.
I can feel it.
It's like somebody's literally just blowing on my hand.
Great. Thank you.
I'm not getting it anywhere else. It is literally just there. Again. the blowing is like it's in different places. So it's not like if my hand's just there. It happened as my hand were over there. They've met us all before.
Yeah.
But don't mean to say we've all...
We did speak to you. Yeah. I don't remember.
The only place it must have been then is right up the top, because
top
we
floor.
split up, didn't we? We didn't do the basement.
No.
People say that a Ouija board is, a terrifying tool and dangerous, and people then say that the yes/no table is less dangerous. Do you agree with that? Okay. Can we go to the Ouija board? Are you happy to use the Ouija board? Yes. Can you still hear me all right? Yes. How many spirits are in this house? 3.
How many spirits are usually in this house?
4. Yep. That's what we got.
Oh.
That's what we got last week.
Oh, right, okay.
Last week.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
Nice. Okay. So is this one of the ladies? What's your reasoning for coming through? Can you spell something? D? R? A? G? O? Dragon. Okay. So, who are you? I need your name. What I would know as. G? R? A? N? I've gone cold. That's the code word.
What with?
That is the secret code word. That it's
Really?
just yeah.
Oh wow.
And it was my granny who just passed, wasn't it?
And you had a word that she...
Yeah, I had a word with my code word with my family, thinking, well, dragon's never going to come up, and it almost came up last time.
Wow.
Oh, so what did you say you got Vera through last week?
A Vera, but not
Man.
that Vera, yeah.
Oh,
and I was
right.
like, okay, give me the code word, and it went D, R, A, and then went off or something, and I was like, oh, I'm close. I'm going to have to come up with a new one now,
So-
obviously. Who were you keen to meet? F? Any more? Come on, use that energy. FR? E? D?
Would you be able to tell us how old you were when you passed?
Whoa! I didn't expect that. That gave me a bit of a shudder. That was good.
I've done that for ages.
85. Incorrect.
Yeah.
So either you're not... But if you're not who you say you are, then how did you get the code word? Question mark.
Have you spoken to us before?
This one.
Came back to the middle.
Chris.
What's the name of the second person around the table that you've spoken to before? A, B.
It just caught me off guard a bit, that.
Yeah.
Straight out the gate, pretty much. I thought, well, why is that ever going to come up?
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't, would it really?
No. But why would they know? They knew that word was going to be relevant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, unless she shared it, I mean, maybe she said, oh, if I talk to my grandson. Do you know what I mean? Okay, S, A. So, Sam. Our Sam.
I just think if he is constantly around,
Yeah,
You.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
and
He would know that.
if you knew she was potentially going to pass, who was there when you had the conversation.
Do you agree that the board itself is kind of irrelevant? Yes. Hello. Oh, that's very polite. Thank you. Hello. Hello to you. Who are we speaking to then?
No.
Who are we speaking to now, please? E. M. Emma. Okay. We don't, yeah. Doesn't ring any bells. Nice to meet you, Emma.
Yeah. What made you know we were doing this?
P. E. A. C. E.
Peace.
You come from a place of peace. And if I was stood in that place, what would I see? E. T. H. E. Ether. That's what we got.
Oh, we've had that before.
Yeah, that is how they described it, as the ether. The in-between, the ethereal, spirit world.
But if you have that peace in there, why would you come here?
I mean, I can't talk for them,
No.
but I have a theory. C. R. Y. Cry.
You heard one? Or you were crying?
They were crying.
Do you miss being on our plane, alive? Right. But you're in a place of peace and yet you were crying. So you still have feelings. So you visit our side. Yes. Is there a time limit on how long you can spend here when you do come in visitation? Or do you just come for as long as you want?
That's both nice and scary, depending on the type of spirit. To know that they can stay as long as they want.
Yeah. But what about energy though? Surely you need to... Do you need to gather energy? Yes. But you don't eat? No. E. M. O. T. I. O. N. Emotion? Emotions.
Do you get energy from people's emotions? Okay.
Because crying obviously is an emotion.
Yeah.
And it's an energy.
So do they need to be around someone who's feeling a specific emotion to absorb it, and then they can be here more?
Do you think that's why the negative attachments attach people who are depressed and down and...
Yeah.
Do they sort of... You get powered by emotions, the emotional energies. Yes. Does that also go for happiness though? Is happiness a strong emotion that you can feed off? Yes. Is sadness and despair a stronger... Oh, sorry, 1989. So still that's fairly modern. A lot of people say, why do spirits all come from 15th century? It's like, not, most of ours don't.
No.
1989. Sorry, was that born or died, did you say?
Born. Can you tell us what year you died?
2 0 0 9. So you're over there crying. Are you? Is there something that you want put right? You a sense of loss to do with something.
Could you tell us how you died? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Stomach.
Not my stomach.
Oh.
B E L T, belt. W, A, R, D,
Ward.
R, O, B, wardrobe.
Oh, I thought it was spelling out what ward they were. Ward. Ah.
So we are talking, you took your life in a wardrobe. Now that you have passed over, did you see that you've had any lives before this one? Before the one we're talking about? Yes. 4. Okay. And so how long do you think it will be before you come back again in a body? 5. But you will choose to come back. Yes. And have you been tutored? Oh, mind you, surely in that phase now you will remember the rules. So you're quite familiar with the rules of coming onto Earth, onto our plane. Yes. And it seems that you come here as a lesson, as a test, as a challenge even. A challenge to evolve from the learning. Is that fair? So does that mean that because you took your life, did you essentially fail that test? Did you bail out too soon? Yes. But does it still count towards your maximum existences? You know, have you spent that now? Yeah.
I think that's quite controversial, isn't it? Because I would have thought that to come here and live a life that drives you to do that would be...
I thought the same.
Like, you know...
That's part of the process.
Yeah. Like, that's a... It sounds weird, but it's an achievement to go through that.
Yeah,
even though
you've experienced your worst life. That's like
and you made the choice to leave. Like, to me, that's like...
One of the ways of living, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say someone was weak for doing that. You know, I don't know. Because from what we understand, you can choose when you come back. Are you choosing to stay where you are?
Yes.
Okay. Is it harder to get closure when you've left the world the way that you did?
Yes.
Okay. Is there something that we can help you with to get closure?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us what that is? As simply as you can.
L-I-S-T-E. Listen.
Okay. Can you spell out what you need on the board for us? Any message?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
T-E-L-L-D-A-N. Tell Dan.
Okay, what do you want us to tell Dan?
What shall we tell Dan? H-E-D-I-D-N-T. Am I following this?
He didn't.
He didn't. E-V-E. Didn't ever. M-O-V-E-O-N. He didn't ever move on.
Is that right? He didn't tell... Was it Dan?
Dan?
Yeah.
He didn't ever move on. Yeah. Is there any more?
H. E. N. E. E. Need. He need. Z. He need. T. Oh, he needs with the Z to. He needs to. He needs to. He needs to. Yes. He needs to
Tell?
move on.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to move on. So Dan is stuck somewhere. Dan's a spirit who is stuck somewhere on our plane. No.
Is Dan...
You wait. Sorry to interrupt, but can you just clarify this? He's alive and he needs to move on. He needs to forget about your suicide. Yes.
Okay.
R O W E. R O W E. Dan Rowe. It's a while since you passed, but what town did you live in? A. S. H. B. Ashby?
Ashby,
Isn't it Ashby de la Zouche or something? Isn't that a place?
Yeah.
And yeah,
In England?
Yeah.
Della Douche.
Ashby de la Zouche, isn't it?
Probably twins.
Nottingham
area.
B. L. I. N. K. Blink. 182. Blink 182. What? That's the sort of music. Is that what I might find on his profile? All right. What about?
When he said blink, I was like, what?
Yeah. Do you feel better for telling us that and us listening? Yes. Well, that's good. 3, 5. Yes. He's 35 now. Who's this, please? It's a new spirit.
Never had this before. It's usually circles, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Mm.
Squares now.
I, H, U, R, I hurt, F, V. Yes, I hurt F, V. Is F, V a person? This is the Gauss. That is the Gauss meter. It measures electrics, and so that's picking up some sort of electrical wave, EMF. It's just sat on my shelf. We're, 5-6 foot away? Okay.
Frank.
Oh, Frank. Frank Evernon?
Frank Vernon.
Oh, Frank Vernon. Did they say FV?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
I heard FV.
I heard FV. But you are FV? No. How did you just get that FV then, that Frank Vernon? Or did you just spell it?
It just said I heard FV, and then
it spelled
out Frank
Vernon.
Vernon.
Are you willing to give your name as you heard this Frank Vernon? Yes. Oh, sorry, maybe not. H. A. H. A. Ha no. C. H. E. L. S. E. A. S. M. I. L. E. Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah. So
I won't look in, so.
It's a Chelsea smile.
So that's a quite barbaric way to kill someone. So how did you know we were doing this? V. E. R. A. Vera. What Vera told you? What exactly did she say? Was it an invite? What, she told you to stay away? Oh, she told you to stay away, right. Goodbye. Signing out.
Just wanted you to say that.
I'm so confused.
Signing out. So yeah, what have we learnt really? The difference between it last time and this time, a lot more people coming from far and wide.
Yeah.
The Gauss did have a lot of blips before. Yeah, the cold breezes, never had that before. That would have freaked me out if I'd had that. I don't know where they'll go. I just think we don't really have lingerers, do we?
No.
And so when we close this down, I always feel satisfied that it's closed.
Yeah.
But the question remains, does it?
Mm.
Alright, I'm talking to any spirits who is willing to come forward and help us by moving this around. Yeah? Ooh, nice, thank you. Yes. And you're off, yeah? N? A. S. A. R. Nasa.
Is that your name? Yes.
Nasa, hi. How have you come from far away? Yes. Where have you come from? E. G. Y. P. T.
Egypt.
Egypt, yeah, well, that's fantastic, Nasa. Tell us about life in Egypt. Have you been passed on for a long time. Okay. And how did you find us? Because we're in the UK, we're in England. I know you're not in Egypt technically, but yes. Did it take you long to get here? No. Okay. So what was your job when you were alive, for example? S T O N E C H I P. Stone chip. Someone who stone worker. Stone worker. Yes. Okay, so what sort of decades were your employment, or your time of employment? Can you pluck a year out that comes to mind? W. Okay. E. D. I. F. F. E. R. We differ.
We differ.
Well, yeah, your crew all came at, all your workmates worked at different times, I guess, but... C. A. L. E. N. Helen. D. A. Calendar.
Oh, their calendar differs.
Right.
Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Okay. How do you what sense do you get on your side of us? What do you know about our team? Do you just follow our light, or do you actually know all sorts? Yes. So you don't know our names, for example. You don't know my name, for example. S O U L N soul A soul N A M soul name. Now I've thought about this before. You know how we all have different lives, so you've got different names, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do I have an original soul name? Do we all have a name what personifies us at the start? So, do you know what my soul name is? Because I don't, obviously. Well, I probably do when I'm dead. Y O U C A Y O U C A. You can N. Oh, you can N-O, you cannot. C-O-M, you cannot. Rocket. You cannot comprehend. Cool. Because
Wow.
Well, we might not speak that language. It might be thought.
So is Nasa your last living name or your soul name?
L A S T.
This energy's insane.
Yeah, I N A L, last final N A. Yeah.
Last final.
So that makes sense how people come through and say Emma.
Yeah.
It's like, but you're dead, why aren't you? Well, I was called Emma, I was called Steve, whatever, different lives you have.
Yeah. Have you completed all of your lives You said final life. Yes.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. What's next for you then? G. U. I. Oh, we've had this before, haven't we?
Yes, we have. The guide
Yeah,
people.
you can't become a guide until you've completed all your lives.
Oh wow.
It's like a promotion. You will work towards it.
Okay.
So for those that are new watching, from what we've discovered speaking to spirits is that they get 7 tries at life, which means you get 8 lives.
7 reincarnations.
7 reincarnations, so 8 lives. And then when you die after that 8th life, if you've completed everything you need to complete on this earth, then you either become a guide or...
G. Remember it said beings of pure light.
Yeah.
G-U I D E. Yes.
Okay,
Guide,
so
yes.
it's guide. And are you the guide for somebody around this table, or you've just seen our light tonight?
Yes, okay.
So you're the guide for one of us?
Two
of us. Are either of those people aware of you yet?
Nope.
No. See, I didn't realise potentially you could be a guide for more than one person. I would have thought you were... Okay.
But I don't think you're hands on, are you? So you can kind of dip in and out to a bunch of people, couldn't you? You're not meant to interfere, are you? And live their life. It's like I always think of it as watching over your kids in an exam, doing an exam. Obviously, you would love to go down and help them, but then they're not going to. Mum did my homework for me, so I've learnt nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are like, "Why don't you come and help me?" It's like because the point is that you do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if whoever around this table you're the guide of, in say approximate numbers of years, how soon will that first person become? Will they notice you or be aware of you?
S O U Soul K O W S Soul
Soul knows.
The soul knows.
The soul already knows them.
We've forgotten him because we've come back here.
Yeah.
We're almost on school trips here. You know how we think of the afterlife as the afterlife? It's not the afterlife, is it? This is the afterlife. You're a soul, and then you come to Earth, and you go back and you come to Earth. This is the school trip.
Mhm. Yeah.
We think of this as the thing, but it's not.
So it's here with say one of or two of us until we pop off, or move on to another.
So how?
Or obviously with us until we've done all of our levels.
I mean, they're called guides.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they can't do it for us. Like I say, they must.
No.
If you're going to make a real stupid error, maybe they step in. We've all heard of guardian angels and stuff that you're about to get hurt if they jump in.
Interesting.
H U M A N human U N G R ungrateful. Human ungrateful. Yeah, do we not appreciate the help you're providing? Because we don't know what you're doing though. All human.
Or like, as a whole, are we as humans ungrateful? Is that what you mean?
Because we think it's us who are making our choices. I don't know. Well, we don't know you're helping us. But yeah, I suppose it's a bit of a thankless task. Surely once we die, we say thank you. Yeah. O P E Open M O R Open more.
We need to be more open to their guidance.
Yeah. N D S E I S E I Z and C's L I F E. Oh, be more open and seize life.
That's good advice.
Isn't it? Yeah. So don't be afraid, because that's what normally makes us not live our lives, isn't it? It's fear. And it's all about, overcoming that fear, not to be anxious and just to go for it, right?
Were you open and did you see life when you were on Earth?
Yes.
Okay. Is that what makes you a good guide?
E G Y P Egypt. Yes. I Y Egypt IY S Egypt IYS. Sorry, start again. Egypt what? One more time. I Egypt I am. I don't know. Do we only have one guide then? And can family members become our guides? That's what we like to think. Yes. So a committee, we'll have a committee then. And can you interfere, as it were? Can you put a physical hand in? Yes.
I'm interested now whether they made it up.
Yeah. How often, how likely, how many times would you say an average soul needs your intervention? I mean, I'm sure it varies. 4. Average of 4. That's it. So give me an example of when you have to step in. P A T path A L T E R path alter. So when we are going on the wrong path. So is our path predestined in a way? When we come into this life, we are on a path that we should go down. So is there a lesson that we're having to learn, basically? Is that a choice that we've made? Do we say, we're going to do that module? You know, I'm going to learn that lesson? Yes.
So the two people that you guide, are they doing okay at the moment?
Good.
You haven't had to intervene yet? Or are you not able to tell us?
Question mark if you can't tell us. Right.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, worry less. You know? Live life.
Seize the day.
Seize the day, I guess, yeah. I still don't understand how it... Sorry, go on. 3 R D E Y E Third eye, yeah. Third eye, I've heard of all about that, and chakras and all that. So they're onto something. E G Yep. P Egypt W Egypt was I G H I'm losing this.
Egypt was right.
Egypt was right. I'll have to look into that. That's a bit.
Like,
Well, they were big believers in the afterlife, weren't they?
They were, yeah.
You know. Yeah.
do you mean like ancient Egyptians? That's what we would refer to them as? Yes. Are you one of them? Is that the time period you come from? What we call ancient Egypt? Yeah.
That's very interesting. So did you live as a woman once as well? Do we know if this is a man? I'm completely...
That's all.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of
I
course,
think
yeah.
it's male, wasn't it?
Yeah. So did you, do you cross genders? Yeah.
So what's made you come...
C A T. Well, yeah, cats are big in the Egyptians, aren't they? Yes.
Cats.
I'm allergic.
Aww.
So why tonight? Why have you made yourself known tonight? When we've done this for so long.
Yeah. Oh. O P E open. We're open. The board's open. Don't know. Oh yeah. S E I C's. T. H. E. N. I. G. H. T. Yeah, C's the day, C's the night. Yes.
I just don't get why after all this time to put that thought into his head tonight.
S. T. A. R. S. Is that
Stars.
stars? M. O. O. N. Moon. Interesting point about gender. Could that be an explanation of why people feel they are wrong gender and are attracted to the same gender? Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I was thinking that when that came through.
We've talked about stains before, haven't we? Haven't we? Like stains of past lives. So you have issues that aren't related to this life. Yeah, I mean, thank you. How many spirits are here, Nasia? Nasar? 9. What is the reason that when we're asking for like knocks that we don't get them? E. Yeah. E. Energy, isn't it? Energy. Yes. But somebody earlier was speaking to us about emotional energy. How can we give them more energy? L. I. F. E. M. U. S. I. Life music. So weird.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Never heard that before.
No, I thought I was going to say life must something, but
Yeah, I did.
life music. It's very poetic.
So is our life music us just talking aloud?
Or do you mean music that they can relate to from their life? I suppose sound is energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Better whack some ABBA on then, haven't we?
Yeah.
So chants work, rhythmical drumming, all those things that get used to open up your eye, your third eye, and commune. Trance-like. As in specific hertz, like what Nikola Tesla discovered.
Is that right? Yes.
Yes.
I wonder if we played something, see if it makes a difference to anything. If we try and...
Well, what should we play? Help us out. F. R. E. Q. Oh, like frequency.
Frequency,
Yeah. A frequency as in one singular tone. Yes. Like what the singing bowl does then, like. What do you want to play it or?
Yeah. Should I?
Yeah. Yeah.
feel like that's pulsing and that's pulsing.
So I hope this is helping, whether it's charging the room or charging the board and charging communication. We'll see in a minute. It said 9 spirits are here. Now we don't know whether this sort of thing is meant to charge us, so it's something we can do to energise ourselves, get in the zone. I mean, this does get used, doesn't it, in those
So when my hair
retreat
just moved.
shops.
You hear things like this, like, you know, when you're having a massage
Yeah,
and
too.
stuff. And so is it potentially more to aid us in clearing our minds?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting though. So it's good to know. So like meditation, it's right what they say about meditation, listening to soothing music and getting all zen. Actually, it opens you up. It's not dangerous though. You're not opening yourself up to spirit, correct?
Yeah, you have a shiver then.
You put yes. What we are opening ourselves up to spirit. No, it's quite safe. You said yes. Okay. So, how many times would you say maybe you should leave the music running? How many times should we sort of meditate? I'll call it like a week. 5. Use a pure hertz tone on YouTube. That's a good idea.
432.
Oh, is it? That's the one, isn't it? I wonder what it is about that tone.
Dunno.
It affected by different frequencies. B, E, C. Which one? B. I don't know. That just seems to have messed up the flow.
Communication,
I thought it was going to say something like Beck Baby.
Oh god.
No. C, H, R, I, Chris, L, U, C, Chris Lucy, H, A, V, E, B, Chris Lucy have B, E, Bean, E, which is it? G, Y, P, T. Chris Lucy have been to Egypt, basically. Have been in Egypt. So, Nasa, are we the two that you're watching? Yeah. A, N, D, and Y, O, U, A, and U, A, R, and U, R, U, S, E, D, we are used, T, we are used to, Chris Lucy, been Egypt, and you are used to H. Hertz. Now, isn't it a case that in some of the Egyptian tombs,
Yes.
it creates a tone?
Yeah. Yeah.
They were designed like maybe our air passes through it. Ooh, there is a hum.
There is. I've always wondered if the pyramids were created to make that noise, or if that's just a consequence of the way that they built them, and they didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know, but apparently,
So,
yeah.
are you two on a higher level than we are.
Well, I know what my number is.
Yeah.
Do you know what your number is? Do we go around then?
Yeah.
Nassar, can you tell me what level of lives I'm on, please? 6. That is correct. So, Lucy, can you tell me what level of lives Lucy is? 6. Okay. And Jill? 4. And Abby? 4. Interesting.
Have you been told a different number before?
No.
Or have you?
No, never.
Does that also tie into the aura colours, the colours that we emit?
Often wondered what colour I emit.
Yeah. Mine seems to change. I think we all change with growth, physical, psychic and whatever, spiritual growth. Jill,
I think it must change, like, depending on your mood or...
Almost. But didn't we forget that it changes, like, if you do something really bad, like murder, it definitely, that's one of the things.
Yes,
Like
it goes black then.
major things, isn't it? So does Jill emit a colour to you? Can you see a light coming off of her? Yes. Can you give me some word as to what colour that is? Because she's never been given a colour. Y. E. L. L. What do we mean by numbers? 1 second, Mickey Mouse.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Is that how Jill says?
Correct.
Yellow.
She does as well. Yellow.
Correct, viewers. It's been confirmed over and over again that we are reincarnated 7 times, giving us 8 lives. So when we say what level, that is what we mean.
Yeah.
To live like cat lives.
Yeah, like what we say cats have. Yeah, kind of like that. Except we die in between and then come back. Cats just manage to dodge dying with their 9 lives, don't they?
Yeah, so we, this is going back years. What we asked, we found this out in a cellar in Bradford, and we've obviously spent the last 6 or so years after, or more than that, after it, asking other spirits on different nights if that's nonsense, and they've all agreed, and so yeah. I mean, let's try that then. Mickey Mouse, right? That's obviously not the real name, but a person through the internet has asked what life number they are on. Can you tell us? It says 2.
2. I wonder sometimes if... Do you know what though?
There's no way of proving it.
I'll be honest, I have done some live streams on my own with a Ouija board or whatever, and the board has answered a question that's been on the screen.
Samantha.
Oh, and Rowan, I think it was.
Samantha, what level is... Hang on, so Samantha, Ebony and Rowan.
Yeah.
What level is Samantha on? 4. What level is Rowan on? 3. What about Ebony? 6. What about Kim? 5. What about Jack? 5. Well, I mean, take from that what you will, guys, but yeah. So the whole process is that we live on this planet, we go back, and then it's like, right, guys, can I confirm at 3? Nikki, is it 3? Is Nikki on 3? What level's Nikki? 3. And what about that Matt that came up? Matt Mill? 4. Thank you. No, that's not bad. Just that you're less experienced. You've got two lives under your belt. Well, this will be your second. Cat says to have 9 lives. Yeah. Right.
Oh.
Really?
Wow. Actually, thank you.
Lily, what level is Lily on? 5, Lily.
This one's been pretty difficult sometimes. Apparently we do
I mean,
Cool.
you know, if you follow the... Obviously, you guys haven't followed us enough for long enough to know this. This is old news here that just keeps coming up. And as we got random numbers then, none of them above 8.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
What does it mean? Well, think of it like an exam. We come here to live and to experience, and that's all about growth. It's hard on Earth, it's hard to live, but through those lessons, your soul learns, hence is evolved. Oh, Lorraine, what level's Lorraine?
Lorraine.
5. Yeah, basically, you know, before you can progress further, you have to... I often think of it as like karate black belts, you know, well, up to a black belt.
And I'd think of it, if I was on like my first or second, I'd think of it more as like, wow, I've got so much opportunity to keep coming back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know, but it's fascinating. It's fascinating that we've never had a contradictory spirit say, that's nonsense.
Yeah.
You know? But when we come back on this earth, your mind is supposed to get wiped. Obviously, it's like, well, this is a new test. So it would be no good as coming back and knowing all that we had before. L. I. N. G. E. R. That's kind of what I was about to say. M. Linger. M. E. M. Again, that's what I was about to say. O. R. I. Linger. Memories. Yeah, I've said it. I call it a stain, but we come back with hang-ups and stuff. Not everything can get perfectly washed away. Look at kids who remember their lives from before. They're, you know, they've said, I used to live before Mummy and my parent was this. It's like, yeah, because you can remember.
There's a series, isn't there, called The Ghost Inside My Child?
There is, yeah.
It was on Sky years ago. I don't know. You might have to pay for it.
And they'd take them to Africa, wouldn't they, and say, I used to live here down the street, and then exactly as they described.
And it's like, they just know where they're going.
Yeah.
And these kids are like 3, and then there was that one kid that was like, he remembered like a war zone at sea, and he was part of, I don't know, Pearl Harbor, or I don't know what it was, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
So that's something to watch. It's not scary, but yeah, anyone who's interested in learning about past lives or what we know about them so far, that's a really good one to watch.
Sarah Hickman. What level's Sarah Hickman? 2. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I often think as a kid, you know, I'm one of those people who was like an old soul. I felt like I had a lot of weight on my shoulders, and this just makes me feel so much better. Thinking, because I've got all sorts of stuff that I've in there somewhere. Yeah. You know. And I often think, I used to think maybe all those of us who are much more questioning in life are on a higher one, but kind of disproves that.
Yeah.
You know. G. O. D. I. S. God is I. N. U. I N U. God is in us. God is in us.
Somebody asked
Somebody
on
asked.
there,
Yeah.
ask if God exists, and then that's just said God
Oh, right.
is in
I didn't
us.
know that.
Need to check first to find out. Can you imagine? Oh. I don't know. This makes me wonder about as well, like, obviously, these
Ashley,
people...
sorry.
Oh, sorry, Ashley.
No.
So-
Ashley, what level's Ashley? Hold your thought, Lucy. 4. Okay, go.
This makes me think about how I believe that, like, the internet and everything is obviously something that humans have just made up. This, to me, shows that they're more powerful even than that, to be able to ask, to know who's on the other side of that question, to be able to answer it. That really intrigues me.
Well, they've called that, the phone, the box with loads of eyes, haven't they?
Yeah, the box with eyes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, how do you know? It's us who are ignorant.
Yeah, it is.
It's not them who are clever, is it? Well, I mean, all power to them.
When you were alive in Egypt and stuff, did you have technology as well?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say it was more advanced than what we have?
Yes.
I've always wondered that because we can't explain a lot of the stuff that they could do.
Yeah, how they built the pyramid and stuff.
What, should we ask how you built the pyramids?
Sure.
Shall we?
Sure.
Can you imagine if so how did you build the pyramids then, if you know?
S U C T I O N.
Suction.
Suction.
Well,
Really?
that doesn't make sense to us. Suction. Does that make sense to anybody?
Like a big toilet plunger.
Suction. Using what? S K Y. Using sky. Using the sky. W A T.
And water.
Water. Well, water makes sense.
Yeah, but some of them things are like tons, aren't they? What did it say? Suction, sky, water.
Sky, water. Rain.
Potentially.
Rain. Then sky, water.
So if you put
Weight. The weight of it.
the weight
of
it,
water.
yeah, and as
obviously
it
gonna...
dries,
Oh, okay.
potentially, almost causes like a wet patch, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's kind of like within the shade. And sometimes, if you think about it, that can cause, you know, you can't initially go like that, can you?
Mm. Don't know.
Alright, that's only an idea.
Don't know what
I
you're on
didn't
about.
say, I didn't say you.
L U N A Luna
Oh,
R.
water, sky. Is it tidal?
Oh, yeah, okay. Where do we get to this? Yes.
But then how close to this? I don't even know what it looks like. Egypt is on a map, so I don't know. But I don't know how close to the sea, like the pyramids are. I wouldn't think they were
No.
that close because it's the
I
desert.
don't know.
I need to watch some documentaries. I think. Gravity.
Gravity. Well, yeah, that's what moves the tides. But you don't float rocks, do you?
Did you have something available to you that we no longer have?
Good question. Brains. Yes. Ingenuity.
What?
The moon creates gravity in the sea. Yeah, as I say, the tides move. The
I
water does
wonder
get
if-
pulled with the moon, doesn't it? But how do you...
I wonder if they knew how to somehow harness the
And
energy that
suction.
that caused and create suction with it somehow.
I mean, even that little bit of knowledge, just imagine if we now understand more than people who are trying
I
to
know.
study. It's like, yeah, suction, mate, because of the moon.
I suppose suction is anti-gravity in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of a big toilet
Yeah.
plunger.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh. F. T. Woo! I'm tired now. E. F D E.
New discovery got it in the news.
Tired. You said you're tired and I said yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
been quite an evening.
Yeah, it has.
And if you think about it,
That has gone quieter, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. When it's more peaceful spirit who clearly is very experienced and stuff.
One last
Is it,
one.
or is it
Natalie,
the fact
Alan,
that
what level are you on?
they're losing energy?
5, Natalie. What's the last one?
Was that who Food Glorious Food was,
Yeah.
Natalie? Yeah.
Interesting? Leave a comment.